Pelicans just won their third game in a row, and it was against a good team this time, the Houston Rockets, who are currently the 5th seed in the Western Conference. This video is sponsored by
absolutely nobody.
So let's just watch some basketball. I chop up these Pelicans highlights. You can watch just the highlights of the Pelicans instead of the Rockets. You know, you don't need to see Kevin Durant score 32 points again. I'm doing that favor to you guys. So consider subscribing if you haven't already. Leave a like on this video. I want to know in the comments down below, who are your untouchable players on this roster? You know, because obviously I like a lot of players on this roster, but if I had to name untouchables that absolutely couldn't even sniff a trade, obviously it'd be Derek Queen, Jeremiah Fears, Herb Jones, in my opinion, and probably Trey Murphy. Absolutely untouchables is those four. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Who are your untouchables on this roster? Pelicans went down by 25 points in this game and tied the largest comeback in franchise history to eventually win it in overtime. They took their first lead since early in the first quarter in overtime, actually. Their most fun game all season, their best win all season for sure. And I want to tell you guys, I love this starting lineup. I got a comment on last video from someone who was curious about, when healthy, what is my ideal starting lineup for this team, or what do I think it should be? And it's honestly not going to change much. And I'll tell you why. So some stats for you in this game. Great performances all around. I just want to give huge kudos to everybody. But the four main players that I want to give credit to that we'll look at are Trey Murphy. Like I always say, he's always good for his 20 points. He had 27 in this game. Sadiq Bey, who I did a whole video on. If you want to see that video, check it out up here. He ended with 29 points, 9 rebounds on 61% shooting and only 1 turnover, you guys. In my Sadiq Bey breakdown video, I talk about how he just does not turn the ball over, and it's a huge strength for the amount of touches he gets. He's really safe with that ball. The two other players, Derek Queen, probably my favorite player on the Pelicans right now. 16 points, 12 rebounds, but he also played basically the entire fourth quarter almost and overtime. He also had 3 assists and 3 blocks. And then last but not least, the thumbnail of this video, Herb Jones, you guys. Herb Jones put on an absolute defensive clinic in this game. Set a new career high in steals for him with 8 steals, most by any NBA player this season so far. Herb Jones is in the S plus tier of wing defenders in the NBA. It's not even a question. It's not even a question whether he's A tier or higher. He is at the top of wing defenders, basically like him, maybe a Men Thompson, maybe a Sar Thompson, I don't know. But Herb Jones is undoubtedly in that category. He ended with 18 points as well, 8 steals, like I said, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, and he was the player that really catalyzed the comeback for the Pelicans. I mean, obviously they were down 25 points. We've seen the Pelicans in the past give up in devastating fashion, being down less than that. But the tone that he set defensively and the effort that he gave on that end, and, you know, on offense too, right? He just played hard. He played his heart out. That lifts everybody on the team up. That inspired everybody on the team to give their best effort. And we get his career performance with his steals, as well as I think Derek Queen's 12 rebounds is his most. That's his career high so far. Sadiq Bey, maybe he will never top his 50-point career high, but 29 and 9 in probably his most impactful game, plus 21 on the night. Really happy for him. Him and Herb Jones are the best stories, obviously, of this game. So all those 4 guys that I just mentioned played all the clutch minutes in this game. Fourth quarter overtime, it was those 4. That was a really bold choice by James Borrego, right? Because if he doesn't sub in Zion like he didn't, and Jordan Poole and kind of the big names on this team, and they lose, it might look bad on his resume, like he's trying to win this head coaching job, right? Permanently instead of just the interim. And I think he's doing a great job. I mean, he obviously made the right choice. They had it going. He talked in the post-game interview, like that group just had it going, and they were performing really well. He kept them in the game, and they catalyzed the comeback. And at the end of the fourth quarter and in overtime, it really came down to Sadiq Bey was the bucket getter. He was basically going shot for shot with Kevin Durant, who's obviously a top 5 offensive player all time. So if you turn this game off when they were down 25, I am so sorry. You missed some of the best basketball you'll see all season. And that puts the Pelicans at 3 in a row, you guys. And their next game is tomorrow against Indiana. The Pacers, man, we could beat the Pacers. So maybe make it a 4-game win streak, man. I don't know. But really, this brings me to my main point. The play of Sadiq Bey and Herb Jones really solidifies to me that the Pelicans should not be sellers at the trade deadline. Obviously, with their record, how it is, you know, they haven't performed up to their standard of what we thought they should. But that doesn't mean you need to give up on this roster. We're seeing now more than ever, now that they're starting to figure things out, a lot of it had to do with coaching. And they're still learning a lot of things. You know, it was obviously they went down by 25 points in this game. But now that they have a coach who's making really good adjustments on the fly mid-game, figuring out some lineups that really work, like this starting lineup, like the projection for this team is just up. There really is no reason, because you don't have a pick, you don't need to tank and lose games this season. There really is no reason to trade off anybody unless you're just absolutely blown out of the water with a stupid offer, right? In which case I think Joe Dumars would take it. Herb Jones specifically, Sadiq Bey as well. I don't want to see them moved, man. They need to stay on this team for the next, I don't know how many years, a long time. Make Herb Jones a Pelicans lifer, man. Make him the best Pelican of all time. I don't care. Obviously, he's from Alabama. He wants to stay close to home anyway. This is the perfect spot for him. I know he likes being here. Whatever the Pelicans do, man, if there's anything that I can put out into the universe right now, is don't trade Herb Jones. There's all those rumors about other teams being like, hey, we're going to trade for Herb Jones. There was that viral video of a Lakers fan being like, you're going to the Lakers, Herb. And he's like, what? Stupid. He's not going to the Lakers. And if he is, I'm never recording another video ever again. I'm going to start watching. Anyway, super fun game. Super impressive game. Huge comeback. Great story. Herb Jones is the GOAT. Sadiq Bey breaking out. And I don't want to see any changes to the starting lineup. I say leave Zion on the bench. Leave Jordan Poole on the bench. Jordan Poole actually played pretty well off the bench today. Zion had a rough game. That starting lineup is working well together, and I want to keep it that way. Anyway, I'll leave it there. We're taking on Indiana tomorrow, so I'll be back with another video for you guys then. Peace.